Hey there tech fans, Rick here again from the OREI team. In today's video, I'd like to show you how a school or university can easily share media content with multiple remote locations at the same time over its existing IP network. Now the challenge with sharing media content in most school settings is that the media device and the display device need to be close to each other because of the limitations in cabling. This ToVi X4 system from OREI solves that problem by distributing that media content over an existing IP network, which allows you to have multiple media sources and multiple media destinations and completely control how that media is being distributed through a software hub. The product is fully software defined, which allows you to create relationships like an HDMI extension relationship where a single media stream is sent to a single location, or a splitter relationship where that same media stream is sent to multiple classrooms or a cafeteria or the gymnasium at the same time. You can even add multiple transmitter modules to have multiple media streams being distributed throughout the campus. So it's a very versatile system that's incredibly flexible. Now, as part of this video, I'd like to start off with an explanation of what's included with the ToVi X4 system, and then I'll actually show you the software that controls how those relationships are established and how you can easily redirect media content to any destination on campus. And then I'll do a quick demonstration to show you just how simple it'll be to use this product in your own school. And then I'll come back one more time and point out a few special features that the ToVi X4 system provides that you can use to compare it to other AV solutions you may be considering. So to get started, what I have in front of me is the standard ToVi system. These are basic components you'll need to implement this solution, which involves a transmitter module and a receiver module. And there are two versions of those, one that has KVM functionality, which actually allows you to connect a computer up at the primary location, which is remotely controlled by a keyboard mouse at the remote location, which gives you a lot of flexibility for how you distribute that content. And then there's a basic encoder and decoder that handle media content distribution across those different sites. Now the nice thing about this solution is that it fully supports 4K ultra high definition media content at up to 60 frames per second. And it's also HDMI 2.0B as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant, which means it's plug and play compatible with a wide range of media devices and display devices. The product also provides audio injection and audio extraction capabilities. So with the audio injection, you can actually add audio to the video that's being sent to those locations, and it's blended in with that media stream for display on the monitor. The audio extraction feature allows you to extract the audio at that remote location and pass that along to an amplified speaker system for better quality audio. That can be really handy in a gymnasium or a cafeteria setting where you have overhead speakers. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the software and explain how you can easily control this entire solution from a single computer on your network, and then I'll do that demonstration and come back with a few final thoughts. To get started, connect all of your transmitter modules, all of your receiver modules, and the video network hub to your local network, and then you can simply open a web browser on any computer on that same network and navigate to IP address 192.168.6.100, which is the address of the video network hub. Once you arrive there, you'll be greeted by this welcome screen for the graphical user interface, and here you can enter your credentials and click the login button. Now, since this is the first time that you're using the system, the Video Network Hub is unaware of any X4 modules that are on the network, so it needs to search the network to find those modules so they can be used with the system. And this screen allows you to start a wizard to do that search. So click the next button, and then you have three options. Any module the Video Network Hub finds can automatically be managed by the Video Network Hub, or you can decide to use DHCP mode, which will assign an open IP address to all the modules, or you can even assign a static IP to each of the modules. For this example, I'll use the automatically managed by controller box option, and I'll click next. Now right now, the Video Network Hub is searching the network, it's looking for any X4 modules it can find, it's trying to retrieve information from those modules to figure out if they're transmitters or receivers, it's retrieving the IP address, the MAC address, so it can register them as part of the system, and that way you can use them to transmit your media content. Now this search takes a couple of minutes, and every time you add a new module, you'll have to start a search again to add that module to the system. Now once it finishes, it'll come back and give you a couple of choices. You can automatically add any modules that the Video Network Hub found to your system, or you can list them to make changes. In this case, I'll automatically add them, and I'll click the Next button. And this will take you to the main screen, and it's going to ask you one more time, do you want to stop searching and add them to the system, or just stop searching and list them? I'd like them added to the system. And if you watch these two tabs at the top, you'll see there are 2 encoders and 2 decoders that were found by the Network Hub. And it's taken a second for it to fill in the information, and you'll see the status indicators go green. Here's the MAC address, the IP address, the name of the unit. I'll go to the decoders tab. You'll see there are 2 decoders in there. Now I took the liberty of labeling one of those cafeteria and one of those gymnasium. And on the encoder side, I've labeled one of them local news and the other one sports schedule, because the encoders connect to whatever media device you want to share the content from with your network, and the decoders are at those remote locations where you'd like to enjoy that content. So to make it simple, I label these, and I'll show you in the demonstration how you can move content between them. Now you have a lot of control over this unit. On the decoder side, which is where the monitors are, over on the source, you can actually select, do you want to display any of the encoder modules? In this case, you have a choice between local news or sports schedule. I'll click that. That's being sent to the cafeteria. And as far as the gymnasium goes, let me send the local news to the gymnasium. And what that'll do is it'll take the input from that encoder over the network, send it to that specific decoder, so you can display that media content at that location. And it's just that easy to switch between input sources and output displays, and you can add additional transmitters to the system and additional receivers to the system and expand it as your needs increase. And you can add a lot of other media sources on the front end that are being distributed, again, to a single location or multiple locations all over the campus. Now that you've discovered and configured all of your transmitter modules and receiver modules through the graphical user interface available on the Video Network Hub, you're ready to start distributing your media content through your network across your campus to various remote locations. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up 2 small media players. One of them is displaying an image of a local news broadcast, and the other one is displaying a sports calendar. That's the media content that I'd like to share with various locations across the campus. Each of these media players is connected to a dedicated transmitter module. Over here I've set up 2 monitors that are connected with 2 receiver modules. The top one would be the cafeteria, and the bottom one is the gymnasium. And this is where I'd like to enjoy the content from those transmitter modules. Now, because I have a graphical user interface that allows me to redirect the media content to any remote location, right now I've set it up where I've got the news broadcast in the cafeteria and the sports calendar in the gymnasium. But I can easily change that by simply clicking the mouse on the output and moving it to a new input, and you'll see it change. There you go. So now I've got sports calendar on both of those locations. If I'd like to send the news to both locations, I can click the output and change it to whatever input I want. And it happens just that quickly. And the best part about a software-defined solution is that I can easily add additional transmitters with different media sources or additional receivers for different locations, and I have complete control through the software to decide which media stream is being sent to which location at any given time at the click of a mouse. It really is just that easy to get it working. I hope that software overview and demonstration were helpful in showing you just how flexible the new ToVi X4 solution from OREI really is. And because it's software defined, you can instantly create the perfect solution for your school or university at the click of a mouse. And you can start small with a single transmitter and single receiver and distribute a single media stream to that location, and you can expand as needed to include additional locations and additional media sources, and then decide which of those media streams is being sent to each one of your remote locations anywhere across your IP network. And again, you control all of this through a single computer connected to the network hub over that same network. And again, it's ultimately expandable, where you can add additional receivers if additional classrooms need that content, or additional transmitters so you can transmit multiple media streams across the entire campus. The product fully supports 4K ultra high definition media content at up to 60 frames per second, which means you'll have a crystal clear picture at each of your remote locations. It's also HDMI 2.0b as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant, which means it's plug and play compatible with a wide range of modern media equipment. It also features a KVM transmitter and receiver that allow you to remotely control a computer at the primary location from any of the remote locations. And it includes audio injection and audio extraction capabilities, so you can add audio to the media content you're distributing, or at the remote location, you can extract the audio from that media stream and pass it along to an amplifier to give you better quality audio, which is a real big advantage if you've got a cafeteria or maybe a noisy gymnasium. The product is incredibly simple to use, and again, it's expandable. It's really something that any school or university can put into play pretty quickly, and it operates over your existing IP network. So I hope you found this review helpful, and until next time, thanks an awful lot for watching.